thing. Might have peed a little bit. This marketplace fine. Alright guys, we are back in the garage. Back in our garage this time. And probably wondering why we got the Mac in here. You guys haven't seen this sucker in the garage in a while. Nothing's wrong with it. You know, don't think that she's broke down. But next week, it is now, I don't know, it's a Sunday. I don't know what day it is. But anyway, next Wednesday, we are leaving. And we're pretty happy because it's the start of the show season for the year. But next Wednesday, we are headed to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for the Run to the Sun car show and Rats at the Beaver. We are headed down with our buddy Tom Beckley, Mark from Vintage 10. We got a couple other buddies coming down of Tom's that will be following along. And we're driving the old girl. They're driving their stuff. This is going to be a sweet old convoy rolling down the highway. But we're in here with the Mac. It's been sitting all winter. Show you a little video right here. She fired right up. Wasn't even shook. But we're just going over, changing the oil, giving her a fresh up, changing fuel filters. I got some toolboxes I'm going to add on the bed here, and one on each side here, hanging down, just for extra storage because the cab's not very big, so kind of sucks taking on road trips, not having any storage. So we're going to add that to it. But this is going to be a multiple day, just a couple of days here and there, back and forth, of me getting this thing ready to go next week. We're going to mount the toolboxes, like I said, change the oil, and polish up the wheels, maybe add a couple lights. Just give her a little extra pizzazz for the show season. So follow along. Let's get to it. The biggest thing we're starting on first is getting this thing cleaned out. I mean, she is just, it wasn't all here. I mean, I cleaned the center console out already, pulled all the junk out from below the seats and whatnot. But, I mean, she was a mess from last show season. She kind of just got parked at the end of the year. And then the weather got bad, and I really hadn't had time to mess with it. So, it just had a bunch of junk and everything inside the cab. So, we're starting there, working on that, cleaning that out. And then I'll bring you back around once I, get my mess cleaned up. All right, so I went ahead and did an underneath check. The brakes are good. U-joints are good. No brake lines rubbing. No fuel lines rubbing. Checking for just, leaks, things of that nature. Got to check the transfer case fluid, rear end fluid. I checked the oil filter. I just changed the oil in this thing the end of last year. So it pays to rate the date and the mileage on your filters when you have a bad mind and you forget that you changed the oil. So we're good on the oil change. So that saves us a few doll hairs because this ain't cheap. What else did we do? I think that's about it right now. Went ahead and checked all the lights. All of them work except the middle cab light's got a little flicker to it. So we're gonna go ahead and toss a bulb in that. Yeah. Do that, get the filters changed, keep moving along. Alright guys, nice thing about having a rat rod. You want to change the cab light, just climb on up here. easy access. You gotta worry about scratching the paint, because the more you scratch it, the more patinaed it gets. I'm gonna order a couple more of these to have as a spare to keep in the truck down to the last bulb. He's got LED bulbs and then this little key roded. Must be getting a little moisture in there. As you can see there, just get a little nasty. We're gonna have to get some little dielectric grease tossed in there when we put the bulb back in. Two of the things we got as well are underbody boxes. I might have already said that. We don't have them yet. They should be here tomorrow or the day after. But we're going to prep. There's a couple pieces of plate on this old bed that are in the way. So we're going to head and cut these off. There's one on each side. And get those out of the way to make room for us to mount this box up here. Gotta get her cleaned up too. She's gotta look good going down the road. Or we're waiting on some parts. Might as well give her the old spit shine. Look at that stack. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see me over here. We went ahead and got underneath, checked all the rear ends, transfer case, transmission, greased what could be greased. And now we're going to jack it up, check the ball joints. Figured I'd tell you this before I brought the most loudest thing in the world across the floor. So jack the truck up.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Sounds like my wallet. So what you're going to want to do is get your one side jacked up. Get your big pry bar. Stick it under. And give it a hit. What you're feeling for is play in the ball joints. If there's no ka-dunk, you're good. Feels tighter than 2 coats of paint to me. Ain't got no ball joint or wheel bearing issues. Look at that spin. Them wheels need shined up. They are pretty gross. So we're gonna go ahead and check the other side. And I think we're gonna mount the toolbox on top of the bed today. We do have that one. So we'll go ahead and get that one mounted after we get the necessity items checked to make sure I don't have to put any ball joints or wheel bearings in this thing before we take it on an 11-hour trip. Alright, we're up on the bed here. Gonna take this toolbox off. Obviously this one looks way cooler on the bed, but it really doesn't seal. It's made out of wood, so it's rotting. And so you really don't want to put anything in it. This one's a little bit bigger. Obviously, it seals. And there's a good chance it could still rot, but we're not going to leave it nice and shiny black. We're going to patina it up a little bit just to make it look a little bit better. But I want to at least get it to where I'm probably going to have to move this, just orient it to the side here, because that box is a little bit wider. But it should fit all right. Too bad. Simple enough install. I add a little pizzazz to her. Just change a couple things for the show season. Nothing crazy, nothing big. I've had this cool old oil filter housing laying around, and I thought, man, that'd be perfect as a washer fluid bottle. And the fittings work out perfect, and I think it'll be cool. So we're gonna mount it so you can see this right here. We just gotta move the map sensor over a little bit and give this a little twisting on of the orientations. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this mounted. So much better. We got her mounted up. Got her hose ran. Pretty neat. Give you a wipe down. Spit shine. That's pretty cool old oil filter housing. So that will be our washer fluid bottle. So yeah, just adding little things to it as we go. All right guys, we're back in here on the Mac. As you can see, any flat surface in your garage with time becomes a catch-all. I mean, it's only been in here 2 days and it looks like it's been in here a month. But it's nice having a really big work table. But anyway, we're still waiting on some crap to come in. Mainly toolboxes, and we're gonna spice her up a little bit for the road trips. So we got some boom tubes. We're gonna be putting in the cab, a couple more speakers, mainly just so you can hear the radio when you're driving down the road over the engine and the exhaust. Because as of right now, it kind of sounds like somebody's whispering in the back room of an empty building. It's kind of what the radio sounds like. So
Can you hear me now?
I'd just like to be able to hear it because this truck's not quiet. But anyway, we're doing that. Boom tubes hopefully be here today. And oh, I rolled over. As you can see, we're decking her out with some more chicken lights. No chrome, just chicken lights. Well, they have chrome bases. I guess the light bases are chrome. So you can say chicken lights and chrome. But I've always wanted to add more lights. I've had these laying around for a little bit now. Now I got the chance, well, we're waiting on other stuff to do this stuff. So we're gonna add some new lights to the side. I'm thinking 2 more, because we got one on the front, one on the back. I just took the lens off. One here, and then one roughly right there on each side, just to light her up a little bit more as she's going down the road. And I got a couple more bright LED ones coming. And we're gonna put some underglow on the old girl. Not really like, you know, like Fast and Furious, Tokyo underglow. You know, cool old school truck underglow with some amber lights. Put a couple behind the bumper, shining down. And then put a couple kind of, on the frame here, shining down. So she is going to be one bad B word rolling down the road in the dark. Starting the process of packing up some road bags. Got some butt connectors there. Little Mountain Dew to get me through the day. Little cigarette lighter, air compressor, jumper cables, toolkit, whatnot. Because you never know, when you're road tripping the old rusty junk here that you threw together yourself, you never know when it's going to break down. So, especially on an 11-hour trip to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, you want to be prepared to be able to, wrench on her alongside the road to get her back up and rolling if need be. So I like to be prepared and bring the tools. That way I don't have to find the tools while we're out. Take some parts, but there's stores, you can get the parts. I build these vehicles with parts from vehicles that you can still get. I mean, obviously the body, and it's kind of hard to get parts for, but I mean, there's really nothing going to happen to the body. It's going to stop you from going down the road, and then, unless the cab flies off, but then you got a convertible. But like, it's got a power stroke in it. You can still get everything for that engine. It's 2008 F350 chassis. You can still get everything for that chassis. So yeah, just sorry for my rambling. Get another go-to bag here. All right, so originally when I built this, I didn't do YouTube yet. So there's some things that I'm sure I've said in my picture video of this truck as I built it, or if I talked to you at shows. I was telling you some about what the cans and stuff are for on this bed. So I don't want to hang this toolbox under here because it blocks my fuel filters, and everybody really likes the fuel filter covers with the jack and the Coke and stuff. So I really don't want to cover those. Plus, that small of a box hanging right here is going to look kind of unproportionate anyway. We got a 36-incher for the other side. That way we can put our like clothes bags and stuff in, things of that nature. But I want to move this can so I can mount that toolbox right here on the bed because it's small enough and it'll look more proportionate that way, easier to mount it. But anyway, this can, I got it unbolted, is actually the cover for my air compressor for the train horns. And then obviously you can see this line runs into this can, and this can is actually the compressor, or not the compressor, duh, this is the compressor, the air tank's in here. Idiot. Ugh. Idiot. But yeah, so I went ahead and got this unbolted. That's literally all I did was cut the bottom of the can out, weld these studs on, as you can see there, and it just drilled holes through the bed, and it just slides down over and covers it up, gives it a nice weather protection. Obviously you can see it's not gross. It's a little dirty, but I mean, all corroded and rotted. But we're gonna go ahead and get this moved. Probably just going to put it probably like that, or actually something like that. We'll figure it out. But enough room to get this toolbox on. Guys, well, the hat's off, so I was in some tight spots. It was getting serious, but I did a lot of stuff while you guys weren't watching. Just a bunch of wiring, boring. You're not gonna want to see me wire up lights, but you're gonna want to see the lights after they're done being wired up, and it looks pretty sweet. I'll give you the before. We'll shut all the lights out, set the mood in here, and I'll flip the switch on and you can see what we got going on. Went ahead and added more watermelon glass. Got 4 down the side now, looking good. Never have enough chicken lights. And I added some in a special area. I don't know if I said this earlier what I was doing or not, but let me get the lights shut out here and I'll give you a little. Oh yeah, I did say about the underglow because I said it wasn't the old Tokyo Drift, the tinga tongeyo, and you see me underglow, like blue, purple, flashy stuff. But so yeah. Oh yeah, she's looking good now. Let me shut the other lights off to show you the underglow. All right, don't mind the compressor noise. She's gonna be looking good going down the road. Went ahead, ended up getting our boom tube today. It's supposed to come tomorrow, but you know, can't beat that Amazon Prime. This is what we're going with. I know Planet Audio is not the most renowned brand, but it'll work perfect for this. It is low profile, loaded enclosure, meant to fit under a seat. Comes with the wiring kit. A little unboxing here. One-handed. Make sure you're easy with it. All right, there it is. Slim little guy. Looks just like an amplifier, not a sub in an amplifier. Yeah, we'll see how it sounds. Never messed with one of these before. Guys, took a quick break today. We're sitting at the bank right now because my dad had to run in there. But we went ahead. A couple weeks ago, we bought a spare engine for the F700. As you guys know, that I'm doing the 6.6 Brazilian, and some of the parts, like brackets and things of that nature, they're kind of hard to find for that engine anymore because they only made them for a couple years. So I ended up finding a local junkyard that had one out of a school bus, and I went ahead and bought the whole engine just to have around for parts. It was cheap, so we went ahead and picked that up today. They called, they said they got it pulled out. You can see it there sitting on the trailer. We're making our way back home. Like I said, it was local, so it wasn't too bad of a trip. We're back working on the Mac, and we're back on the boom tubes. And we went ahead, we're gonna mount the woofer under the seat there. But we're also gonna put 2 extra speakers in, 6x9. We went to Walmart, got us a set of world-renowned Scotias. So those will be perfect. But it was the cheapest, so that's the ones we went with. But we're gonna put these, found these on Amazon. They're bed linered speaker boxes. They'll fit behind the seat nice. You won't see them, you'll just hear them. So yeah, so we're working on that. We're gonna go ahead and get the subwoofer thingy mounted under the seat. We're gonna use double-sided Velcro to hold it down, that way it doesn't rattle. Alright guys, so we went ahead and been working on a lot of wiring stuff while you guys weren't watching. Just boring stuff. But we went ahead and got the boom tube mounted. We got, it's hard to tell, but there's a speaker box behind the seat, one on each side. Added 2 speakers. New radio hidden in the glove box. Oh, let's see, that took a minute because I had to go to Walmart and get another radio because I broke the one that was in there. Put a new air filter on it. Brought it out just a little bit more so it catches some cool air coming in there. It was way back there. So put that on because the old one was, I mean, it's pretty bad. She'll breathe a little bit better now. Went ahead and got this used toolbox. I think I said about it earlier. Went ahead up WD'd the hinge. She's a little taunt. Guys, so we went ahead and got all the wheels shined up as best as we could. I didn't want to go too carried away because we got an 11-hour drive before the show. So there's no sense in getting them super good now when we're going to be driving a couple 100 miles. So, moved on to that. Put a little Texaco sign on the toolbox. And we patinaed them up as well. I forgot to tell you about that. But they look a lot better than shiny black. They're not great. But, you can see there, they don't look as brand new. But we moved on to fuel filters. And I'm really glad we went this route because I don't know if you see that brown, mucky garbage, but that came out of the filters. So I have no idea how this thing was running. Must have had a water issue at some point. I don't know where that would be getting in at, but I'm glad we're changing them, and we got ahead, got an extra set because of that. So if it gives us any problems going down, we got an extra set to throw in it alongside the road if need be. All right, guys, so one of the last pieces to the puzzle, main job before we head out this Wednesday, is getting this toolbox mounted so we got somewhere to put our clothes bags, because if it rains or something, we don't want them just laying on the bed. So we went ahead and got these brackets were dangling down in here. Went ahead and got those cut out of the way. And we're getting ready to get it fit up here. This sucker's heavy, so we went ahead and got our old, I don't know what that originally is for, but when we got this jacket, it came with it or something like that. But it's gonna work out perfect, you know, to stabilize the old toolbox on the jack here, because I ain't gonna be able to hold it up there and mark holes, things of that nature. So we're gonna get it on the jack, get it wedged up into place, start drilling, marking, things of that nature. I'll put you on video here, that way you can watch me struggle carrying it over, getting on the jack. Broom out of the way. I think mainly it's not like super heavy, just extremely awkward. Okay, it's pretty heavy, but it's also awkward. Try not to break the glass lens lights off that we just put on. Oh. Look at that. It was very nice. Sits on there very nice. We're probably not got enough jack now. Yeah, we might. Steady. Steady. So hold your tongue the right way. tight, loose-fitting glove, but it's in there. Give her a little tension so it doesn't want to fall. I guess I should have marked where the cross members were so I knew where to drill the holes out. Idiot. But alright, so that's what it's going to look like. It doesn't look terrible. I don't mind it with the box. What do you guys think? Well, we're going to go ahead and get you on some time lapse here. We're going to get some brackets made, some holes drilled, get it mounted on up here. Probably thinking, you idiot. Them self-tappers are not going to hold that toolbox on going down the road full of stuff. Well, I know that. It's just temporary so I can get this darn jack out of my way. So I ain't tripping over it. We're going to take a piece of angle, weld it here, bolt it here. Same thing on the back. So it'll be pretty strong. Got her all melted in. Ain't going nowhere.
You're going nowhere.
I'm not leaving that like that. It was easier for me to just weld it on and cut it when it was welded on. That way I didn't have to hold it with anything. Improvise, adapt, overcome, you know? But, I mean, they're shaking the whole truck. It's on there. Gonna cut that off, clean the ends up, douche them down with some black paint, and we're gonna get this thing up here, drill holes, and start siliconing all the stuff shut so we don't get no water in her. Video, we made it 700 whatever miles. We're standing in Myrtle's Inlet, South Carolina. She did great. I mean, 75 whole way, 70, 75, 190 coolant temp, like a dream. Didn't film much after I got done with that toolbox. Kind of forgot and just was wanting to get everything finished. So the video kind of stops and then starts in a weird spot. We took a couple little scenic views as we were coming down. But we're here. We're going to enjoy the show. So see next week's video. See what we see at the show. Well, both shows, Rats at the Beaver and Run to the Sun. But yeah, can't be more happier with the trip down in the old Mac. Back's a little sore. Knees are a little shot. But, you know, you'll have that on these big jobs. So thanks again for following along. Well, see you later.